Gentlemen, I have much to say, only that to assure you that the security is intact to everybody. If we are having any problem, the number of the police have been given to you. You call the police, you'll be assisted. Thank you very much.
So I think he has told you
the role of the RDC is to ensure security.
Security. All right. I think he has answered that. Okay. Any other question? Yes, Mr. Oh, Honorable. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chair. John Medicine is my name. Member of the Electoral Commission of the National Unity Platform. I've been at the Royal House, and we requested for a deployment list of your team in every parish, actually inclusive of the officers here, the security teams deployed in every parish. We advise that we come to you immediately and talk to you so that you guarantee its release. So we request that we get that deployment list. In the case you want to talk to anybody, it should be free information. That's the first request. Secondly, Chair, I'm perturbed by what the officer there, unfortunately, has gone. But what is happening now is the insecurity in Kawempe. When my brother, the RCC, the deputy RCC, says that security is guaranteed, it is not guaranteed. It has to be really Ugandans and say the truth. Security right now in Kawempe is not guaranteed, Mr. Chair. We request that it should be the police to remain in charge. Now, how do you talk about the RCC to guarantee security when he has a candidate? He has been campaigning for a certain candidate. Impartiality will not be there, Mr. Chair. That one is very obvious. So we request that the police takes charge, and only the police, not other security agencies. Because that's where problems emerge, Mr. Chair. Finally, when we were there, you had given the directive that materials are packed at 2 a.m. Nakawa is very near, just 10 minutes drive from Chambogo. We request that they leave Chambogo at exactly 6, not 2, not 3, not 4. Thank you very much for security and guaranteeing the safety of the electoral materials. Thank you very much. My brother can add something.
Lord Chair, my name is Alex Rovans Rwanyaga, the one that was beaten by JAT, kept under CMY for 6 days. I'm back, and the owner said they own my lives, family and everything. I promise them that they don't own my life because they don't have any guarantee. If they had one, they should have saved their own fighters. Lord Chair, one small question. There is a polling station in Waise parish called Kurumba High School, O to Z. It is one that you have mentioned in all your discussion, named as Black Spot, with the intention of doing all your games headed by the returning officer and presiding officers. And it's missing in the parking list. Kurumba High School O to Z. It is deliberately missing in the parking list, and so many other inconsistencies in the polling and in the parking list. It is quite disturbing that your own detailed security in the Tale Center are the ones that behave as JAT. In Kayunga, a one that protects you and guards you told me that even if I go to God, he cannot protect me, but he was in position to protect the candidate, by then called the NRM candidate, and brought in guns that almost stole my laptop. I request that you control and prevail over your guards in the Tale Center. Thank you. Tomorrow.
Thank you, Lord Justice, because we don't know the direction your meeting is taking, but since it's yours, it's you to decide the modus operandi. The one thing is clear, that some accusations are made to the wrong party. Accusations have been blaring made here, and which you've tried very successfully to answer, that NRM party is taking ballot papers. That's very intriguing. I'm from NRM party. I came late because we are dealing with our agents as the law requires. We don't manufacture ballot papers as NRM party. Electoral Commission has the custody of their ballot papers. They read names of those who have been monitoring the packing of materials. And I heard Owera Soka of NRM and even NOP. So I want to say it and to be on record that we are not going to entertain playing to the gallery and accusing it on NRM party. As a party, I stood firm and condemned the violence on the day a candidate was beaten. And I condemn it up to today. But that I condemned the government, not the party called NRM. There are two things in law. And good enough, your candidate is a lawyer. And you have very credible lawyers. We have NRM as a party, and we have a government of NRM. There are two things. So when you choose to blame the right cause. I'm from NRM party. I don't work in government. If you say semantics, I'll want you to educate me on semantics, because I was here for 27 years as a lecturer, and I know what I talk. Number two, let us play and respect security. Because one of the candidates said it here, that remove other security bodies and leave us with the police, which shall deal with the police. What does that mean? It was said here, not by NRM party, but by one of the NOP or other candidates. If you are guaranteeing you are dealing with the police, you will deal with them. Then I don't know why you are going for this election. It was said here, decorum, decorum, decorum. Decorum demands you listen like I listened. I don't know your background. Honorable members, with respect, a human being lost in violence is a family crying. I shall condemn violence, but let us also learn to play by fair rule. Because if you see a person hurling stones, throwing stones at police, that's wrong. So let us play fair, one candidate will win. Like I said, we have invested our time and resources in Kawempe. We don't want unfair behavior to make us lose that election. That's why I called upon the security operatives to play by the rules, but also us to play fairly. Not to actually attack security in the name of playing to the gallery. Lastly, Chairman, NRM party shall not participate in an election where we are not secure as a political party. The onus is on you to actually ensure that we have maximum security for all and sundry to benefit from. And I shall not be here to say, deploy this security, not the other. That is not my role. And that's not the role of the party I stand to represent here. We are going to deploy our agents. We are training them. We know there are clandestine methods members want to use to intimidate them. We shall handle that. Once bitten, twice shy. We are bitten on Yam, we are also bitten in Dokolo. We cannot stand as bystanders to see someone beat us in the neighborhood of Makerere here, unfairly. Thank you very much, Chairman. If you want to engage me, we can engage each other outside in English, up to when the sun goes down and the hens go to sleep. But if it is for this meeting, I have made my presentation as NRM party. I want to thank you and excuse myself because I have an exercise of urgency to deal with. But that be as it may, as a political party, we shall not allow a person to attribute mistakes to us unfairly. That we are taking ballot papers? When you have the ballot papers in your custody, really, Mr. Chairman, justice? And said by a person who wants to be an MP or someone who represents a political party called Noob? That's unfair. And with all due respect, it must be expunged out of the records. Thank you.
Two last questions, then we go. We have
Thank you.
have some internal matters to address.
Okay, sir. I'll use as full time as possible. My name is Edgar Matthew Karuhanga. I'm a journalist with Digitalk TV. I'm going to first speak about the gentleman who mentioned police. I'm seeing everybody, vindicating them, but I think they speak about police from a perspective of who they know. That is what they know. Because as a civilian, the only person I talk to is the police. So I think it's from that perspective, not the perspective of he can wrestle down all the police. I don't agree with that, and that's a personal perspective. Second, we've been talking about vote taking, and we have affiliated this to one political party. But the Prime Minister of the land of Uganda, who is fourth in command of this country, came out on 2 programs to claim that NUP has already rigged this particular election. One was on Bukede TV with that particular legislator right here, and she claimed that they are pre-ticked ballots from the National Unity Platform. Have you checked with that lady? Because she speaks from a perspective of power, so she's a powerful person. When she speaks something, it becomes news. So, Lord Chair, please address that particular concern. Then, the security was speaking earlier on, and they assured us of, security and everything. One X account affiliated to an MM Kainerugaba, and who is the CDF. I don't want to confirm if it's the CDF himself, but an account with his name, verified to his name, was supporting the actions of the JAT. And this is an entity that was really terrorizing Ugandans, for lack of a better word. Are we assured that if someone at the helm, hypothetically if they are the ones, I don't want to say if he's the one, but if someone with such an office comes out to make such remarks, what does that speak about the electoral process, not only of Kawempe, but of the country as we are gearing up for the elections? And maybe lastly, now this is a question, sir. How have we inculcated the people with special needs? I'm talking about the differently abled people. Are there some systems, are there some laws, and if they are there that guide on how they take part in elections, can you please reiterate just for clarity? Because these people are still registered voters, Ugandans, who have the mandate to choose the leader of their choice. I honor you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, the law is clear on those illiterate persons who cannot vote by themselves. And as I mentioned earlier on, the law permits them to be assisted in voting. However, they come to the polling station, or the person comes to the polling station with a helper of his or her choice. So they are taken care of. It's their right to exercise their vote, or power of vote, by coming with someone who will assist them in that regard. For the elderly, pregnant ladies, breastfeeding or lactating ladies, the arrangement at the polling stations is that this should be given a priority by the presiding officers and the polling constable. When such people come to the polling station, they should not be in the queue for long. If anything, they should jump the queue or be made to skip the queue so that they go to the front and they vote before these others. So that is the arrangement, the training we give to our people. Breastfeeding mothers, pregnant women, and the elderly, whether man or woman, they should be given priority to access the polling stations immediately. Now, on the comments attributed to CDF, as you have said, you are not sure whether it was his account or not. So now what do we say? We are not sure, was it his or not his? So I think we wouldn't like to indulge in an area of conjecture and speculation that if it was his or if it was not his. No. I think let's go on the basis of what is justified, what is ascertainable, what is factual, before we can give our considered opinions on the matter. Now, on the issue of the Prime Minister, well, I did not watch that particular program. However, as I said earlier on, if there is anyone who has credible evidence of existence of predict ballot papers, please bring that matter to our attention. Bring the matter to our attention, and we shall ask the police to go to the suspected area and conduct a search. Tomorrow, be vigilant. The word here is vigilance. Be vigilant. You have agents. Now, for instance, we have 10 candidates, isn't it? And the law has said each candidate has how many? Is entitled to how many? 2 representatives or agents. Those are already 20. That's a big number of vote protectors. 20 candidates at each polling agent, rather at each polling station, plus all these observers that we have. Surely, if we exercise maximum vigilance, I don't see how these things will escape us and be manifested. On the issue of, I think I don't have much to respond to Dr. Tango Doi. You've heard him. He condemned the violence. I think every right thinking member of society condemned that violence. Mr. Lwanyaga, yes, a polling station in Bwaise, Parish Kulumba polling station, is not on the parking list. I don't know whether you have the similar parking list as I do. Mr. Lwanyaga, where is he? Has he left? Come over. What I have here, where is your parking list? Because the one I have, wait a minute. Kulumba High School has 3 polling stations. Kulumba High School A to M has 936 voters. Kulumba High School N to N, is this correct? Has 910 voters. 910 voters, okay? Kulumba High School O to Z has 352 voters. So where is this ghost? Yes. The register. Because you talked of it is not in the parking list. That's what I heard you say. So you don't have a register for polling station O to Z. Okay, returning officer, you should look into that. Can you approach the returning officer, Mr. Lwanyaga? So, yeah, so that can be ironed out. Because the moment a polling station appears in the parking list, surely there should be a register for that polling station. Should be there. But if for some reason there was some mishap, either in the whatever, but it is here on the parking list. So that polling station is there. Mr. Sebufu, you want contacts of our people? If I ask you to give us contacts of your people, will you give real? We shall give that list to ourselves. What is important is that they will be there. And secondly, we have said that in case of any issue or any problem, we have given you the toll-free numbers. You can call those numbers. Deputy Assistant Commissioner of Police has given you the numbers of the senior police officers who will be in charge of this exercise. Yes. Yes. All right, we shall look into that, then get back to you. The issue of materials being dispatched at 6 a.m. You know, we would like to have polling stations open as early as possible, and that is 7. Although this is an urban area, still we need to move these materials early. Our aim is to ensure all these materials arrive in time so that each polling station opens by 7. And in our projection and planning therefore, we found that if you had opened every polling station by 7 o'clock, we have to start moving these materials early. But the fact of dispatching these materials so early is not sinister. It's not for ill motives. I want to assure you, Mr. Sebufu. That's why we say, you come and witness what is going on at the dispatch center tomorrow. And you come to the dispatch center and witness what is taking place tomorrow. Send your representatives, or you can also come. Nobody's going to turn you away. But I think for us, we're going to stick to that time frame of beginning, because when we talk of dispatching, we're talking of they have to load the vehicles. They have to load the vehicles. They have to load the vehicles. And that takes some bit of time as well for 197 polling stations. Then they have to move, which does not mean they will start moving at 3 a.m. No. I think that is the process of parking, and then movement may be around 5 a.m. or something like that. We want each polling station to open by 7 o'clock. Now, on security, I don't know what you said about security, but I think, you know, Mr. Sebufu, you can see the kind of elections we have in this country. I repeat, they have become a cutthroat, do-or-die affair. People invest a lot of money. You know that, Mr. Sebufu. And once you have invested a lot of money in something, you expect returns. And therefore, because it is a competitive process, some people may want to take shortcuts to get returns from the investment they have made. So for us, we don't want to take chances and say, Mr. Sebufu has sold his house in Kololo. He has sunk the money in an election, 700 million. You think Mr. Sebufu is just coming for a picnic in that election? He must win. Otherwise, the 700 will just go to the bottom of the state. So it's the aura and the environment we have created about our elections that makes it imperative for security to be available in a visible way, so that we ensure that it is the winner who wins and is declared the winner. So that's why for us we say, no, we need security. And for that matter, therefore, the Uganda Police Force is entitled to call in support of any security entity or agency, which is a government entity or security agency, to assist them in that regard. I think I've answered all the questions, ladies and gentlemen. As I conclude, I would like once again to appreciate you all. And I want to, one matter. We have heard that some people are telling the people of Kawempe North Division that if you don't have a voter allocation slip, you will not vote. I've heard that. Please do not mislead the people. That voter allocation slip is a mere administrative process or arrangement the commission put in place to enable voters, one, know where they're going to vote from, and on polling day or voting day, they proceed to that polling station without meandering around looking for my polling station and so on. And 3, that voter allocation slip has a bar, which enables us to quickly identify this voter on the biometric system. So please, do not mislead the people. If there are any groups or individuals who are misleading the people of Kawempe North, that don't come to the polling station if you don't have voter allocation slip, that is not correct. I want to appreciate each one of you for having turned up in these big numbers. I would like to give the assurance of the Electoral Commission. We are committed to ensuring that tomorrow the exercise proceeds smoothly. We want the people of Kawempe North to be given an opportunity to elect their representatives. Those of Kazo Angola Zone, their councillor. For the entire Kawempe North Division, their member of parliament. Can we work to give the people of Kawempe North their expectation so that they are able to cast their votes without any obstruction or disturbance? I thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Lord Chair. And that brings us to the end of today's EC staff will remain behind. You have a meeting. Let's stand and sing one stanza of the anthems in reverse order, and that will be the end of the day. Start with Shtiwa. Thank you very much. Staff members of the commission, you stay behind. And the rest you can leave at